Okay, we are underway. Game 2 between shadowwada and PauL. PauL is up 1-0. PauL playing as OKW this time and shadowwada as Soviet Union. So we've got completely different factions.
And no Brits at all in this series, or even in the semifinals. I don't think that I saw.
No, I mean Dusty's really the only one who uses Brits in North America. And he was in chat earlier and he said he was caught off guard by the change in time. It was around 1 hour earlier due to the daylight savings time. So
Oh yeah.
he also got caught off guard by that change. So did I. I was also an hour late, so I missed playing this week.
Fresh conscripts have arrived.
So shadowwada, wow, he's going for 2 cons. Unusual. He doesn't have full maximum bulletins though, so perhaps this shouldn't be as much of a surprise as it is. Oh well, what's he doing? Late retreat? That could be a dead squad.
That was a very late retreat. I don't even know what else he has to be paying attention to right now. Is the only thing happening on the battlefield.
Yeah. I mean, I think if PauL was a bit more. If he anticipated that started chasing early and maybe got them on, that negative cover road, he might have got the white there. Oh well, maybe he thought it was a bait into a maxim or something.
Yeah, with your stern pios, you don't want to put them in a dangerous situation too early because you have no way to heal for quite a while, and stern pios are only really very effective in engagements at full HP, so you don't get a whole lot of chances to inflict more damage than you receive with them early on.
So 3 cons from wada. Adapting a more of a European approach to company heroes compared to the North American style. Looks like he's bringing out a second comm engineer now, so he's probably going to put down his tech with that. And I imagine it will be tier 2 because you have to have some kind of suppression against OKW. You need at least 1, maybe 2 maxims. Otherwise you're just going to get overrun by Volks.
Yeah.
Because it used to be the case before Volks got their 20% damage buff that cons matched up pretty well with Volks, but that's not really the case anymore.
And if you think Volksgrenadiers get tough, Fallschirmjäger, Panzer Fusiliers, and Obersoldaten and Jäger Light Infantry will really give you a run for your money.
Yeah. So, PauL is bringing out his truck now. I wonder what he's going to put down. And now PauL's off to a pretty good start. I mean, he's got his fuel connected and shadowwada doesn't. So, I mean, that's got to be a win for him, really.
Yeah, shadowwada working, or protecting the cutoff right there at least slows down PauL's income, but he really needs to at least control 1 high resource point. He is working on the North munitions. That's not much.
No, it isn't. I wonder if we're going to see a flamethrower distributed to one of these combat engineering squads. Would be a good idea. I mean, PauL is currently occupying 2 garrisons at the moment. The flamer would really come in handy. Okay, battle group going up in PauL's base, so not going to be seeing any fast light vehicles.
Nice flank with the stern pios. They're doing great damage to those conscripts, and they haven't dropped a model yet.
So PauL's off to a pretty good start here, I have to say. But this could be about to change. Here come the maxims, and that should swing engagements into shadowwada's favour. But yeah, he hasn't got much done with his conscripts. I know a lot of players are quite adept at, setting up flanks with them and so on, but haven't seen much dynamic conscript play from wada so far.
His combat engineers just wiped a Volksgrenadier squad, so hey.
Oh, really?
That's something.
Oh,
yeah, mine.
Mine. Well, Well, that's the break he needed. Let's face it, his map control situation was not too great. Picking up a Folk squad.
We have now installed a field
Very
hospital
nice.
at
And those
headquarters.
mines, man, 30 munitions getting wiped, it's just a bit unfair.
It's frustrating, but like I was talking about before, it's easy to identify problems, not always obvious what should happen. How do you think they should change mines to make them like less random, I guess?
It's hard to say, because you know, I played a bit of Mirage Fly's mod, and what he does is the squad will take about 80% damage and get suppressed for a while after hitting a mine. So I mean, that's an interesting idea, but I feel like maybe one or two models should still die, but just not the whole squad. So I don't know how you do work that out, but however.
Yeah, so in that mod, maybe like if a full health squad hit a mine, it could bring the entire squad down to really low health, but not actually have any manpower bleed if they just had some kind of healing. Okay.
Yeah. Also, in that the mines, the regular mines can't do heavy engine damage, just regular. So that's also a good idea.
Yeah.
Mechanized flak is ready for action.
Okay, so we're going to see a Flak half track from Paul. I mean, this is an unusual sight.
That is unusual. I actually saw one today during EU. I saw Jove going in his series against Cruzy, and he won that game. I don't think the Flak half track really did that much. I think it's a pretty unusual unit, and I don't think it's a very good one, but I'm curious to see how it'll perform.
Yeah, don't often see the Flak half track these days. I know a lot of people tried it out during the early days of maximum spam, but it's kind of fallen out of favor. When people were just trying anything to try and counter maxims. And look at this pathing, man. They're doing donuts. What is this? Oh, there we go. They've finally untangled themselves. Well, this Flak half track hasn't done anything yet. Apart from a few donuts.
AT gun's out for shadowwada now.
Yeah, that's a good counter. I mean, he probably honestly could have just put down his tech and gone for a vehicle. T70 or a quad, pretty effective against the Flak half track. Maxim setting up on these sterns, but sterns no, they're not going to sweep that mine. So they're going to try to do that before retreating. Oh no, he's going to use attack ground. Nicely done there by Paul.
Better watch those folks. Yeah, it is. The flamethrower almost wiped them.
Yeah.
ISG. Okay.
Yeah, this is an unusual build from Paul. Oh, Flak half track's in trouble. Not really though. Takes one shot, it's going to back away. Doesn't have his mechanized regiment up. Maybe he's going to go for a fast tier 4.
I think this game is kind of illustrating why the Flak half track struggles so much. It's not very hard to counter, and it doesn't do that much damage either. It can't fire on the move, so it doesn't really work as a shock unit. It's just kind of awkward. I don't know. I don't know what the best way is to use it. I'm not sure what its role really should be.
No, I mean maybe it needs a slight decrease in setup time. It seems like it's just a bit too high at the moment. Ever since they did that change so it can only shoot one unit at a time in a garrison, it's just so ineffective for units and garrisons.
Yeah, it used to be too good, but now it just barely does anything.
You're probably more likely to kill the garrison itself before the squad inside it. Okay, we've got 2 Volks tonight. We're not going to run down the centre. What have we got here? So shadowwada's doing alright. I mean, the VP's he's about 20 behind, but that's okay. Okay, Paul's actually selected his doctrine going for spec ops, so maybe he's going to call in the command Panther. That thing is super nasty.
Yeah, Command Panther and Spec Ops in general has been really popular lately because it's such a great solution to Soviet heavies. Works great against the IS-2 with the coordinated fire ability, damage multiplier increase. Works great probably also against the KV-2, so if shadowwada goes Soviet industry, Command Panther will be a great solution to that.
Yeah, and it's so good because you know, taking to tier 4 is sometimes quite difficult as OKW, but you don't even need to do it with Spec Ops. Just get to 10 CPs and you ride its reign.
Yeah, and that frees you up a little bit to do things like go Flak half track and build double ISG.
Yep. Still, Paul's had pretty good fuel control, so he probably could put his tier 4 down somewhere and still have enough by the time 10 CPs roll around. That may be about to change. shadowwada going for his T70 now, but he's a bit late on that T70. I mean, he's got 70 fuel in the bank that he could pop out too right now. And with a shock unit like a T70, you want to get that out straight away. I mean, he could have got that out 3 minutes ago or so.
Yes, he kind of did the same thing he did last game with his Stug E coming out really, really late.
Okay, double ISG's doing some work on that MG in the garrison. Gonna get out though before it gets flattened. MG's doing some capping in the north. And maybe he's gonna get triple cap running here. And he probably needs to. Looks like Paul's bringing in a truck now. So it looks like he's thinking about putting down some form of tech. I don't know if it's going to be his mechanized regiment or his Schwer.
Supply sector under attack.
The T-70 is going to make some moves onto the Kubel. Oh, nice hit. Looks going to get away though. And no Raketins yet from Paul. He's got a lot of Shreks though. But I know a lot of players recently have been liking that double Raketin to try and counter the T-70.
3 Panzer Shreks ought to be pretty decent. He's attacking ground through the hedge with that Zis gun. No, it doesn't connect though.
So now Paul's, I mean, he's kind of struggling for map control. These double ISGs not really paying themselves off yet.
Yeah, I think he invested quite a lot into units that just aren't doing anything. He's got 6 kills combined on his double ISG. And
oh no, he sweeps it just in the nick of time. Thought that was going to be a disaster right there.
Paul's minesweeping is almost always on point. It's pretty amazing.
Get down! Get down!
Still suffering under that triple cap. He's leaving all those units trying to protect that Schwer while it completes. That's something you want to do. You don't want to leave it unguarded while it's under construction. Because it dies so quickly to just about anything.
Contact! Enemy fire! Command drop truck has been permanently established as a static
I
post.
think in a 1v1 here, I think the Maxim will beat this Flak half track against this garrison. This thing is enormous and extremely durable. Oh.
ISG just got cleared. It overextended itself a little bit.
Oh, just presses him right before that Shrek gets off. Well, this is taking a lot of damage.
Nice hit from the LEIG right there. Stuka's not really participating in the engagement. It's just kind of slowly dying against the Maxim there in the north.
Yeah. And it looks like Paul actually using the artillery flares there, kind of surprising. I was wondering why he wasn't spamming infiltration grenades, because that would have been so good against all the support weapons there, but he just didn't have the munitions after using the artillery flares. Man, this
Paul
Flak
looks like he's struggling just as much as shadowwada was there in game 1.
Yeah, I mean, this Flak half-track has been, I mean, rather rubbish if we're honest. Throw it in the bin.
Stand at 300 points.
We've seen a lot of non-meta units fielded today, and we keep hoping, oh man, maybe they'll surprise us a little bit, but they generally just kind of aren't very impressive. I guess they're non-meta for a reason.
Yep. Looks like he's going to use them to try and soften up that maximum in the northern garrison finally. Because the Flak half-track didn't do much. I mean, the Flak half-track was about half health, and the maximum had only lost one model. I mean, Flak half-track's just not good enough against garrisons these days.
Combat unit ready.
shadowwada about to lay siege to that tier 4 position again.
Oh,
Ooh, that
wow.
mortar.
Oh my god, almost wipes them both in one shot. Miracle plays there.
Provides vision with conscripts in the house, and he's going to start laying fire on the structure with his Zis gun.
He's got the T-70 on recon right there. Okay, he's taking it off recon mode, trying to show it, but I think you kind of need Vet 2 in recon mode. Is that right? No. Okay, it's Vet 3 when it gains its sight bonus. Never mind.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Well, it's hard to say how much impact these infantry support guns are having on the match because they keep getting decrewed. I mean,
I think they've hurt Paul a lot more than they've hurt shadowwada, and he's probably spent way more manpower on purchasing and recrewing and reinforcing them than he's bled his opponent.
it's a flare. What is that a flare from?
I don't know.
Oh, from the mortar. It must be mortar flare. Ah,
Oh, right.
there we
right.
go.
I
Shadowwada.
can never remember that Soviet mortar even has that.
No, me neither. Oh, he's making good use of it, trying to knock down the Schwer HQ with the site that it's
Yeah.
providing.
The enemy is
Good idea.
encroaching on our territory.
I was like, is there a Soviet sniper? No. Like, what's going on here? Did he set off a tripwire flare? Like, none of the above. Oh man, ISG's clear their Zis.
Nice attempt at a flank there with the Obersoldaten, but Maxim was available.
Man, this Flak half-track's just been so useless this game. Yeah, and people are commenting about how fast those Sturms repair the Schwer. You really need 2 Zis guns to put a good siege. Because those Sturms repair so damn quickly. Especially once you got that sweeper upgrade.
Either that or you need a mortar firing at the Schwer while your Zis gun is firing at it and try and bleed the Sturm Pioneers or force them to retreat.
Well, that's what he did. But Paul has 2 Sturm Pioneers, so they were kind of running a tag team on doing the repairs there. Oh man, this ISG is just tearing up the Zis as soon as it gets in range to fire. It's just getting blasted by these ISGs.
Nice map harassment by Paul using that Kuba wagon here going into the mid game. He's working on the fuel point and he's got his Obersoldaten on their way to clean up the conscripts, but the T-70 is also rotating down, so shadowwada should be able to maintain control of that area.
Yep, it's going to be a dead Kubel, but at least it inflicted a little bit of resource damage. But Paul, I mean, he's suffering under the VP drain so severely right here. 164 VPs. Looks like he's decided he needs a Yak Panzer. Can't afford to wait any longer. And he may lose a Schwer before he even gets this up. This could be big trouble. He doesn't have anything nearby to stop this Su-76. Oh, but the Schwer gets main gun destroyed on it. Oh no! Got a little bit too close there. And that may have been the saving grace for the shred there. I thought it was going down. Now it's allowed Paul to get his sterns up there for the repairs. Man, that was bad luck for WADA.
This is a really interesting build. Flak half-track into Jagdpanzer. I haven't seen anything like that since just a long time ago. Nobody does that anymore.
Oh, is this going to get decrewed here as well? Oh no. It's packing
He's
it
having
up.
so much trouble securing vision for himself. He just can't find a line that doesn't put himself in danger.
Okay, he's bringing in a KV-8 now. That's not going to fare too well against the JP4 though. But I suppose he didn't know that that was on the field, so kind of unlucky timing here for WADA. I bet you he might have thought twice about making that KV-8 if he knew the JP4 was on.
Tier 4 is right back up to 100% health.
Yep.
Just like that. Point blank battle between the SU-76 and the Jagdpanzer. Not even trying to escape.
No, he knows he's resigned to his fate. Okay, it's abandoned here. Here comes. Oh, whoa! KV-8's doing some big plays. And a lot of Shreks though, wow.
Nice smoke.
KV-8 not nearly good against vehicles as it used to be. I mean, buildings as it used to be. It used to just torch them down in seconds, but not nearly as effective anymore. Do you remember that game between Von Ivan and Paul? And they had like a base race, and Von's like one KV-8, like out DPS Paul's Tiger and Pack and everything, and killing the base.
I think so, yeah.
It was something to behold. The old days of the KV-8. Okay, so what is putting down a repair station in his base? It's got to do something with all those munitions. I mean, it is sometimes quite hard to get those supply drops, especially when your opponent's got a Flak half-track and Shred HQ down. I mean, I think chances of that surviving will be like 5%, extremely low.
Yeah. He still has quite a ways to go before his KV-2 arrives. Being able to drop fuel for himself would definitely be nice.
Yeah. Got some
Although now that a Jagdpanzer's on the field, I'm not 100% sure KV-2 would even be the right call, so I wonder if he might change up his build a little bit, or, I don't know, dedicate some of his resources towards something that could take that out first.
Yeah, he's certainly in a bit of trouble here. And now Paul's getting 2 overs, probably going to get STGs on both of them, and they're just going to rip through these columns. It's going to come down to the positioning of the KV-8. And what happened to the SU-7, I mean the T-70? I missed that dying. Did you see that go down?
No, I'm not sure, actually. It's dead way back here in the little green cover spot right outside shadowwada's base.
Oh, it is too. Maybe there was a mine there and it was retreating on half health. Yeah, SU-76 died to the JP4 in the north. That was
Yeah.
a while ago. Chat. People of chat. Oh. Okay, Flak half-track's gonna have round 2 against this Maxim in the garrison. But he's gonna jump out of it. He could easily just stay in there. He was winning that before. I mean, Vet 1 just gives it smoke. It's not like it makes it any more deadly.
He must have thought something else was on its way, and he just wants to send that Maxim somewhere else, I guess. I don't know. Although maintaining that triple cap as long as possible would be good. I almost think he probably should have just left it there, no matter what he thought was coming.
100 points remain.
Nice sweeping here. Oh, Paul's so low on VPs. I wasn't paying attention to that, but he's under 100 VPs now. Good shadowwada to drain him out here.
great map control. I think Paul's pulling ahead in engagements, but if he doesn't translate that into map control soon, it doesn't matter.
Okay, here come these STG overs. Oh, but here comes Caveat in return. Bounces the first shell. Caveat does have pretty decent damage, armor and health.
Nice play by Paul leading the way with that minesweeper to make sure nothing terrible happens to his Yags.
Down to 75
Yeah,
points.
his minesweeping has been pretty good. He's got 2 squads as well. 2 squads of sweepers. Caveat's having a bit of trouble here, finding room to operate. JP4's connecting, so are the Shreks. Just returning fire, but missing on the JP4.
Deploys the flare for vision to try and snipe, but it's just a little far away. That mine! Oh no!
Oh, this is trouble. JP4 is sitting in front of the Zis. Overs are suppressed. They're not doing much damage. ISG's now working on it. Looks like the Zis is probably going to get decreased soon. Oh, the main gun destroyed. Here come the cons. Can they provide sight of the JP4? Misses. You can't attack ground at JP4. It's just about impossible. Okay, AT grenade. He needs 2 AT grenades though. And these overs are no longer suppressed. They're shredding these cons.
He's got another con squad on the center VP that could easily get in range to destroy that Yad. I can't believe he retreated. Oh, why would he do that?
No. He's trying to chase it down with the Zis, but he needs to get those cons in there for sight.
I can't believe he retreated that 4-man con squad. It was an easy pickup.
Uses attack ground, misses there on the JP4. Wow, that was an opportunity gone begging there. shadowwada easily could have got the kill there. And yeah, I mean, that camouflage on the JP4 is just so imbalanced.
Really? What makes you say that?
Its sight detection range is same as a sniper. Extremely small. And when it's in the camouflage mode, it's almost impossible to hit with attack ground. Like, actually just about impossible.
Really? What makes that the case?
I don't know, just that's the case. There's a video online. I think somebody made. I think it was Chuku Nuku, and it shows just like it's just about impossible to attack ground in JP4 when it's camouflaged.
Huh, I didn't realize that. That's an interesting tip.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the Zis firing at it with attack ground while it was camo, and the shot like flew right over it.
Yep.
It looked like it should have connected. It went straight in the right direction. It just like zoomed over top of it or something.
Okay, JP4's getting a bit too close again. Takes 2 AT grenades to damage the engine, but here come these STG overs. One of them gets suppressed. Uh-oh. Is this gun now opening up on the JP4? Here comes the KV-8. It's going to try to keep sight of it. It's getting out of range of the Zis.
I don't know if he's going to get away this time.
Is he going to switch to the 45mm pea shooter? No, he's focusing on all the infantry. Man, he's just roasting them all.
Sternpile's just got wiped by a mortar in the midst of all this.
Wow. Trying to get sight of that JP4, but you can see the detection range, yeah, it's just so low. You should be like right on top of it to actually see it. He has no idea where it is. Unless he's seeing like the debris it's pushing.
Couldn't have gone far. Ooh, there's the command Panther.
Just in the nick of time. KV-8 is probably going to go down here. This gun bounces off the command Panther. Here comes the cons. AT grenade's not going to do much though. Going to try juke it around this garrison.
And the overs, freshly reinforced, try and clear that AT gun, and with the KV-8 completely chased off, they're going to have no problem just annihilating everything in the middle.
Here comes the quad though. Here's the quad to suppress these overs before they clear the Zis. And it does. He's using overdrive. Oh, well, this could be a dead command Panther here.
He's throwing a bundle grenade. Half track goes down. There goes the grenade.
No, it's infiltration grenades.
I think he's got it.
Yep.
There it goes.
Going to be recruit on the sliver of health as well. Their weapon's so low.
There's the bundled grenade. Or no,
Oh,
frangible.
frangible.
There's
Wow.
so many grenades.
This is crazy. Come on, Panther is limping away with its damaged engine. He's 2 shots to kill her, I think, unless he gets a lot of AT grenades going. Bounce. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh my god, I can't believe that's going to get away there. Extremely lucky break for Paul. But it may not matter. I mean, this may be academic. shadowwada's got 2 VPs. Paul's only got 43 VPs left on his ticker, so he could drain him out right here.
Yeah, probably. The Flak half track was defending the North VP. Now he's going to leave it on a completely undefended so that he can try and work the center. But an SU-85 just caught him in motion.
Yeah, well, the SU-85 not the best tank, if we're honest. So once you get Vet 2 and Vet 3, it starts to become a bit of a Terminator with its rate of fire. But before then, its accuracy not the best.
I think it might be just what he needs to keep Paul at bay, just for 30 more VPs, just for a little longer.
Maybe he needs to call another KV-8 as well. He needs something to deal with these overs, man. Maximus may not be enough.
Lucky Katyusha barrage, maybe.
Ooh, that's an idea. He has taken tier 4 after all. Or is he just going to play the long game, try to save up for the KV-2?
I think that might be a mistake with a Command Panther and a Jagdpanzer on the field. I think that would be the worst thing he could possibly do.
I remember it was a similar situation. I think it was Jeslin versus Asbag for the EU. I think it was like in the quarters or the semi-finals, and it was actually working out pretty well. It came off the rails though when Asbag started spamming T-3476s, which, as we all know, is oh man, look at this SU-85, cannot hit.
Yagged on its way.
It's got that cautious movement though.
Nice harassment north, by the way. He might start bleeding VPs just because Paul left that undefended up there. Black half track can't do anything in the south VP against the Maxim because it's trying to fight against the garrison. Volks Grenadiers are about to get wiped center by those conscripts.
Panther's going deep for the SU-85, and just as we say, Katyusha comes out at the exact wrong time. But is he going to expose his rear armor? Panther's in trouble here. Oh, Panther's going to go down. Oh, well, so is the SU-85. Oh, they're trading blows here.
Nice. Stern Pioneers take out the flamethrower there on the north, try and stop the bleed. Volks Grenadiers won the engagement mid. Flak half track is dying to that Maxim, and I don't even know if Paul notices.
JP4, oh, it takes engine damage right in front of the Zifs. This is a dead JP4 for sure.
Oh no, he could not afford that, and the Katyusha is still alive and well.
Wow, that was a disastrous series of events there from Paul.
Yeah, he spread his army across the entire map and he lost on most fronts. He probably shouldn't have tried to dive shadowwada's base while also harassing 3 different VPs. That's way too much to keep track of, and it just all collapsed.
Immediate Panzer lost.
Yep. Well, this could mean game 3. And but Paul had what 480, 490 VPs, so he's definitely going to have faction selection game 3.
Yeah, definitely. You think he's going to go with U.S. forces again?
Depends on the map, I guess. If it's Faymonville again, I imagine so. But on most other maps, I imagine he will go with Soviets. Still, shadowwada hasn't got the drain going again. He's been back in base reinforcing. Paul's not out of it yet. He's got a lot of highly vetted squads. And, I mean, shadowwada's army is actually smaller. I mean, he's at 50 pop cap to Paul's 62. So, I mean, we can't call it quite yet.
It's not much, though. Paul would have to execute flawlessly for a very long time, maybe like 20 minutes or more.
I don't think so. If he gets like 2 wipes, this game could be over very quickly.
Well, T-34-76 seems like a questionable decision.
Well, maybe he's going to try crush these overs. I feel like anything from tier 3 would have been a big decision, a T-70 or a quad.
Katyusha certainly still has potential.
Yep. Okay, no, he's actually going for KV-8. He cancelled that T-34.
Alright.
That's a bit more durable. People are like, don't get the T-34, don't, in chat. Just don't do it. And that goes to show its efficacy. When you have people yelling out, don't do it, don't do it. Okay, KV-8 forces away that squad, and PauL actually going with the P4 this time. Doesn't have much to counter it right now. I only got a couple, 2 Shrek squads.
P4 seems like an interesting choice. I think that's a good call with the Katyusha there in the base. P4 will be a really good option for flanking that, trying to take it out behind enemy lines.
Maybe he's trying to save for another Panther, but didn't quite manage to get there, and he may drain out before his Panther 4 even hits. He's losing the center. Here come STG over to the south. And they're going to get roasted. 10 VPs left for PauL. He's in big trouble.
Clock's ticking, and those overs will have no choice but to retreat.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, there goes one of them. Flak half track down too.
Yep.
I think that's the game.
Yep. So we're going to go for game 3. PauL faction selection. Still, I think this was a pretty fun game.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was entertaining. I was expecting a KV2, but shadowwada kind of changed up his build a little bit. He went tech to tier 4 instead. And he also went with a half track to try and lay siege to PauL's tier 4 position, and it really looked like he was going to get it, but I think he kind of had some slightly bad luck and positioning there with his SU-76, and it kind of snowballed out of control from there. But he recovered nicely and won the game.
Ooh, all right. On to game 3, the final of the finals.